So this is kind of what it's like in the mornings for me. So every Tuesday, Thursday, my classes are online. So I just come out here and you can hear the birds are chirping and shit. And it feels like you're outside, but it's in a sunroom. So I just bring a bunch of books out here and I literally read for 2 hours or so. And the way that I like to approach reading is, instead of trying to cram an entire book into a short amount of time, I have a bunch of books, and whatever I feel like reading that day, I just read it. So it keeps reading very free. It keeps it not an obligation. And I feel like that's the most important thing, to actually read a whole lot at once. But I've got, where is it? So always coffee. So basically I go to the gym. That takes about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I come back and I sit out here. And if I need to get work done, get work done. But first things first, you do the workout for your body, exercise your body, your muscles, etc. And then you come in here and you exercise your mind. And I've been reading every day for over a year now. And it just turns into something you like doing eventually. And now I'm not afraid of any book. I can pick up any book and literally just read it, again, on any topic. And I feel like that's a cool place to be, because you just add to your bucket of knowledge at any point. So I'm gonna read a little bit. Coffee helps your mind dial in, and then bam, I'll be back in a second. So this is pretty cool. This book's called Change or Die, and the title is pretty grim, but it's very cool, because if I'm in the world of fitness and being consistent at things, and so speaks to me personally. And it talks firstly about heart patients. So most of the time, heart patients feel passive, they feel hopeless. When they go to a doctor, they think that, oh, some drug, some surgery is going to make me feel better. And the thing that doctors do wrong is that they use fear and facts to try and persuade the patient. The other thing about doctors is they don't actually think that the patients are going to change, and that only promotes them to not change even more. So what usually happens with heart patients, they go in, they get a surgery, and it might be some expensive, crazy surgery, and they're done with it. They're like, wow, that went great. And they tell the patient, okay, now that we're doing this, you gotta change your lifestyle. And it's like, oh, so you can't fix everything? No, you gotta change your lifestyle a little bit. And the doctors say it as if they don't even think it's gonna happen, because most of them don't. The doctors themselves are convicted that they're gonna keep coming back, because most of the time, these heart patients nearly die. They have heart attacks. They go in for drugs or for surgeries, and they still don't change. Dick Cheney, he went in, he had 4 surgeries before he started exercising and changing his lifestyle. So it really takes a lot for someone to change. And the crazy thing with healthcare is they go in, they give you drugs, and then they say, but you gotta change your lifestyle or you're gonna die. And so they use fear. The thing with fear is it only works for a little while, because your brain has a natural defense called denial. If you didn't have denial, you would go through the entire day anxious about every single thing. You'd be driving, you'd think, oh fuck, I'm about to get hit. Or you'd be eating something, you'd think, oh, I'm gonna get food poisoning. Or any of these various things you'd be just scared of all day, which are all completely possible. There's a high likelihood, or a significant enough likelihood, that when you go out in your car, you're gonna die, but you deny that. So the reason fear doesn't work is because your brain has a natural way of building up against it and just stopping it. So interestingly enough, there's this guy, Dr. Ornish, who he fixed his lifestyle through yoga, meditation, exercise, and a vegan diet, or vegetarian, I forget. I'm about to sneeze. So he changed his lifestyle via lifestyle, not doctors. And so what he did was he took a bunch of people who had heart issues, and for 30 days, he controlled their diet. They did yoga, they did meditation, and they met in a community and talked about their issues. What he found was 91% of them improved, and almost they dropped their cholesterol, whatever, which they were previously unable to do with just the doctors. And so the big breakthrough is, he has 3 keys in here, but I feel like most of it is, one, he has a belief. He conveys belief that they're in charge. So if you're trying to change, you got to realize that no magic thing's going to change for you. Now, there's also comfort in knowing that you have all the change already inside of you. So if you want to go to the gym, no program is really going to do it. It's quite simple. Everyone knows if you go to the gym for long enough and do the right things, your body will change in the way that you want. It's really, really quite simple, but you need someone else to convey a belief in you and spark that. And you need accountability. And most of all, what I've seen in here is the importance of community and being around other people who are going in the same direction that you are. So I'm just taking a lot from this book for my own coaching, and it's very, very cool. Now, a lot of times these mornings I read for a few hours and I literally just do whatever my mind is drawn to. If I'm drawn to a certain book, I'll read the book. If I'm drawn to writing a little bit, I'll write or draw or do cool stuff like that. If I'm drawn to getting some work done, make sure I read a little bit, because that's just a part of my routine, but maybe I do some work. And so this environment in here is just kind of a learning environment. In my morning in general, it's really my favorite part of the day because I'm free and it's fun. It's fun, it's free, and it's fun. So I feel like if you don't have a time in your day like this to just explore new stuff, not exactly things you just have to do, because a lot of times anything we feel any obligation around, it just feels like work. All of these books, whatever, I don't have to read it all. And I know that. And that's what makes it fun. So if you can tear down the obligation between you and whatever you aspire to do, it'll make it a lot easier. And if you can turn anything into fun, you're going to do a lot more of it. So where I was at, I want to be a smart person. I want to be articulate. I want to know a lot about a lot. And I just want to be a perpetual learner. So I was like, okay, smart people usually read a lot of books. I want to do that. But how do I do it in a way that I can do it long term? Because obviously long-term games have the most benefit. So when I started reading, I approached it pretty much like I do anything. And I've been able to be consistent at anything. So I knew it was going to be the same. So I started off, there was one book that basically changed the trajectory of my reading. And I approached every book the same way. I put a time in every day that I'm going to read. It's got to be the same time. We're really habitual. So what I was like, there's some time in my morning where I can read. And the morning is ideal for new habits. I mean, it's ideal. It's the only thing that doesn't change. Every day, nothing's going on at 6 a.m. So you can always fit something in that window. So if there's something you really want to get better at, put it in your morning before stuff happens. That's one of the most powerful tools for consistency. So what I did was I devoted myself to, after I get done with my workout, that's the first thing I do when I wake up, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to read a little bit. It started off probably 10 pages, and I realized that if I do a small enough amount of reading that it's not scary anymore, then I'm going to pick up the book the next day. And all habits are you becoming more familiar with the endeavor in discussion. So with books, after years of not wanting to read, basically my entire life, I had this big dragon built up as books that I was super afraid of. And so if you want to eat an elephant, You do it in small bites. You can't take one bite out of an elephant and be done with it. It's gonna take small bites before you finish it. And so I approached it as such and just read a little bit each day. And now I can confidently pick up any book and read it for 90 minutes at a time without any fatigue. And that's cool. I think that's a fucking superpower. And now I just take it as fun to dive into random book topics. Like this is my mom's book on psychology. Wouldn't you like to be able to reference psychology in a conversation? I would love to do that. I'd like to know, hey, this is a Freud theory about behavior or something. That's cool to me. So there's so much power in books and just learning in general. I feel like you need to have space in your day to literally learn. Whether you're in college or not, you have to be educating yourself if you want to be better than the average person, you know? I would say if you really want to be mediocre, only do things you have to do. Don't do extra stuff like reading books that are completely unrelated. If you skip all that, you'll probably be just like everyone else, so congratulations. So I just wanted to take you guys through how I devote a certain amount of time. Yeah, my schedule allows for something like this, but even on my busiest weeks, I'm reading for an hour a day. I'm waking up at 5, going to the gym for 30 to 40 minutes, and then I come back and I read for an hour. I made that time. Most people don't wake up at 5 a.m. And also, most people don't go to sleep at 9. So I'm literally just, sacrificing, if you will, for something that I want. Very simple. But what you find through things that take work is that they're actually a lot more fulfilling. I'm very, very wary of anything that provides instant pleasure. Anything that's too appetizing, like alcohol, partying, sex, all of that, is you need to approach it with caution and understand that as soon as that instantaneous pleasure is over, you're gonna be in the same state of mind that you were before. If you're craving chocolate, you're gonna go eat the chocolate. It's gonna taste good for 15 seconds. And then once you're done with it, you're gonna be in the same spot, if not bloated. You gotta be able to observe that. Once you know that life is this long, those intense short-term pleasures are this freaking small, are they really worth it? Because everything that's quick and easy has a low. Any high, short-term, pleasureful high, attached to it has the opposite equal, which is a low. So avoid stuff that's really easy to derive pleasure from. Books, it's taken me a long time to derive pleasure from, but I get a lot of pleasure from them. And it's not like it was easy at all. It's never been easy. Even every day, it's not my first inclination to just pick up a book and read it for 2 hours. It takes some work, but it's much more fulfilling and purposeful once I'm done. That's the difference. You want to be devoting most of your time to things that are long-term games. Long-term. Most of the best things in life come from the compounding effect of doing things over and over and over again for a long period of time. The things that don't show results immediately, those are typically the things you want to pursue. Leave the quick stuff to other people, or play mostly long-term games if you can. So this is a bit of a yap sesh, but I hope some of this was valuable. This is kind of what the morning looks like, and this is my ideal morning. I love this. I love it. So, hope you have an excellent day. This video was awesome. If you do have trouble with consistency, I've got a 7-day, I call it the routine rewire, but it's just my premium package for 7 days, and I just want to get the word out. And if you like it, you can coach with me. If not, you got 7 days of free knowledge from your boy. So it's in the pinned comment if you want to look at it. Other than that, have an excellent day. Subscribe if you want to. And peace, bro.